So I've been seeing a lot of footage this morning, not footage, but videos this morning of folks in Chicago saying, stop saying they're coming for black folks in Chicago. Saying that people are trying to get clicks and that folks are using Chicago to get attention. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. The frustrations for me is that we cannot have multiple things be true at one time. And I don't know why that is such a difficult thing, since as black people, we are the personification of multiple things being true at all times. But like, y'all got it. I mean, I'm seeing many black people. I've seen at least 5, and that's many. That's enough for me. I've seen 5 black folks on this app saying, don't talk about Chicago. Don't talk about black people in Chicago. Y'all trying to scare us. Hey, Vito. I don't know. You know what's interesting about this, though, is that, so when Dr. Martin Luther King, right before he was assassinated, he had went to Chicago. And he went to Chicago to work with the people because there was, what's it called? Because there was, slumlords doing what they do. And he was ran out of Chicago. He was ran out of Chicago because the pastors in Chicago were like, don't come up here. We got this. We don't need you. And he was like, oh, all right. And he left. Now, I know some of y'all are saying these are black Republican trolls, and they're not, because in the same breath that there are black Chicagoans saying, stop trying to scare black people in Chicago, they're saying in the same breath that, they don't F with Trump. Like, you're trying to scare us into coming outside. Y'all should know that they're trying to incite violence with black Chicagoans. That is true. That doesn't change a reality that ICE is also harming black citizens in Chicago. Like, 2 things can be true at the same time. You can simultaneously say these people are coming after black people in Chicago while also saying, and so we have to really try our best to not give them what they're looking for while still protecting our communities. I don't know why that is so difficult. And so you'll have people here who are like, I'm in Chicago and it's not happening. And then you have other people who are like, I'm in Chicago and it is happening. Like, you saw the people that were in the building. You saw them talking about their experience. And in your minds, anyone who's against this or who doesn't think this is a big deal is saying that essentially, if they didn't get taken, it's not that deep. That's what you're saying. If they didn't get taken, it's not that deep. Then I saw folks saying, y'all move these immigrants in here. Okay. I'm going to walk us through this because I feel like folks don't really grasp the depth of these people's strategy. When they were moving immigrants into black neighborhoods, when they were giving immigrants, like food cards and calling cards, etc., that was a Trojan horse. They were bringing them into these spaces that are predominantly black spaces for two reasons. One, to sow seeds of divisiveness. This is a classic. I mean, this is basic divide and conquer. Bring people in, give them something that we're not giving you. That has literally been carried out over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Like, that is absolutely something that we have seen before. So the fact that we are acting like we don't recognize what it is when it's coming from the same people who do this is like bonkers to me. Second, the Trojan horse was also to put people in your neighborhoods for the purpose of inciting violence. So these things are true, right? In a myriad of ways. It's not just one thing at one time. We have to have multiple capabilities of understanding. And that is what critical thinking is. And critical thinking, I want to explain, is not about a level of intellect. It's a skill. Critical thinking is a skill. Like anything else, you can get better at it. You might have an innate ability at it, but like learning how to put up drywall or learning how to fix a mechanic, learning how to fix an engine, it's a skill. It's an ability that it's a way of reading, right? So we as a nation have had that skill undermined in our education spaces. So many people are able to like read, but they're not able to read with critical thinking skills. That being said, I have really good critical thinking skills. I was really lucky to have that be like a very, very, very important aspect of my education. And when I'm looking at certain things, my critical thinking skills get applied very quickly. And I'm like, oh, I see what this is. And what it is being able to draw from other pieces of information that bringing those things together, doing comparative analysis, like, is this like this, right? Also being able to look at what's said and what's not said, what's here and what's not here. Like, these are the types of things that are imperative to being able to understand a media that is really dedicated to you not understanding, right? So when we talk about Chicago, to me, it's like, well, on one hand, yes, we do have the very obvious desire to get black people to turn up so that there can be martial law. Right? We know that is an absolute real effort that is being made, as well as the uptick of violence against black people in order to make that effort happen. So to suggest that that's not happening is just simply disingenuous. Like, that's just disingenuous. To suggest that that's not happening is disingenuous. When you see, and it's happening in multiple ways, right? It's not just like a violence in a physical way. It's also emotional and mental way, right? Like when you see like these white folks that have been activated to head out and go into predominantly black spaces to agitate, right? Like, that's not by accident. They're in their spaces doing what we're doing right now, but for a whole other different effort, okay? They are activating each other. And when I see people say things like they are not after generational black Americans, I really think that you are a bot. You must be a bot. You're either a bot or you're an idiot. Or you're a black bot. So you're a blot. Because that's just stupid. So when we are seeing folks going into college HBCU campuses, I saw a white girl at a Black Joy Festival asking folks what do they think about Donald Trump. I saw white boys in front of a black church in Philly. Like, this is not by accident. With my mindset, what should the Chicago protocol be? The same that it should be everywhere, which is boning up your community and your community efforts, and also pressing the people who supposedly have power, but also empowering each other. But this idea that it's not happening, and being angry at people for suggesting, or being angry at people on the internet for amplifying, to me is counterproductive. I find that to be counterproductive. I don't know why that would be helpful. And scolding folks who are paying attention to this and who are saying, listen, this is not okay. Like, let's be out here. That to me is counterproductive. Do I think it will affect the Chicago Marathon this week? I can think of at least 25 things that I care of more than that. I don't know who the hell Demi Demure is. Y'all keep responding to them. But, hey, Nana. But what are my thoughts on the No Kings protests? I think No Kings protests are bullshit. I think they are what's the word I'm looking for? They are controlled opposition. It's a performance. What's my take on the United States' role in Gaza? Girl, just watch all my videos for that. Iara! Are you okay? To ask me 2 years after October 7th, like, what my thoughts are on the U.S.'s role in Gaza is, like, bizarre. Hell no, I'm not going on no Breakfast Club anytime soon. Y'all know I don't fuck with Charlemagne. You think I should come to Chicago and see before watching videos and reading comments? No, I don't need to come to Chicago to be in the effort of amplifying what is going on in the United States. This idea that you all have that people need to physically travel to a place to be able to say, "Hey guys, let's put all eyes on that place," is like weird to me. Like, I don't need to come to Chicago to be in support of Chicago. I don't need to come to specific places to be in support of specific places. Like, why is this a thought process? And you're asking me to come to Chicago, but you're not asking former president, former Chicago senator, former Chicago organizer Barack Obama to come to Chicago. So, like, that's the part for me that be blowing my whole head. Like, what are y'all talking about? And yes, we can watch a video and say, hey, that's not okay. Yes, We can see that. Like, we don't need to physically come to Chicago to see that. Like, that's weird. That's weird. And it's also weird to think that what you think is happening in Chicago is the only thing that's happening in Chicago. That's a weird concept. Your individual experience cannot speak for everybody else's experience. Like, that's just bizarre. And well, they're not, no, because I'm not talking about media. I'm not referencing things shown on CNN. Like, don't come and don't insult me like that. Karen, shut up. Coming in here talking about please recap. I just got here. Catch up. Thank you. Show up to shine out. Showed up and shined out. Yes. Can someone in the chat catch me up on the discussion? Thank you. They get it. Um, yeah, like no one here. It's like no, I need y'all to actually follow my page. Like I actually am shadow banned, so you either need to follow my page. My show Views for Amandaland is every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Um, oh, what's up, Dalen? Views for Amandaland, 10 a.m. Eastern. Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern on YouTube. I mean, like, the amount of content that I do is like weird for folks to be like confused. So, um, there is absolutely uh an intention that was stated. This is not something that people are inferring. There was an intention that was stated by Donald Trump and his administration to go into blue cities, states that have um, Democratic governors, and to incite violence via ICE. This is not something that people just kind of like piece together. This was very directly stated. Chicago was one of those cities. So was DC. So was Portland. So to suggest that that is not the intention and that that's not the goal is weird to me. To ever suggest that black people are not a target by the government is weird. That's weird. Like in That's weird, bro. There's just nothing to indicate otherwise. So to all of a sudden have the most overtly white supremacist government that we've seen in maybe 60 years be in position and then have folks be like, yeah, but they're not coming for us. Like that has to be bots because that's dumb as hell. That's dumb. So I'm not sure what that's about. And I always block people who ask what's the solution because that is a bot. Um, your mayor is not black, he's Haitian. Yo. Folks who say shit like that, you deserve whatever's coming for you. I want you to know that. You deserve whatever's coming for you. You really do. You deserve whatever's coming for you. Like, did you know that George Bush and the Clintons own land in Haiti? They own land in Haiti that Haitians can't go on. It's in Cap Haitian in Labadie. They own land that is for cruise ships only in Haiti. Did you know that there was a trade agreement BS that made it so that Haitians couldn't sell their own rice to themselves. They had to sell United States rice. But the United States rice is toxic. So the United States rice that Haitians were forced to eat was making them sick. Even though they had rice in their own country, they weren't allowed to sell it in their own country. They had to buy rice from the United States that ended up also being toxic. Okay? Did you know that during the Civil War, they was trying to figure out where we're going to put these Negroes, right? Because we may end this slavery thing. And if we end the slavery thing, where are we going to put these niggas? And so one of the attempts was to put them in Haiti. So there was a coast of Haiti it's an island or a coast off of Haiti where literally black people who were freed slaves were sent. And there was a white man there who had been put in charge of making sure everyone gets settled. And he had told President Lincoln, listen, I got everything set up. Everything's going to be cool. Everything's going to be sweet. You know, everybody's going to live really well. Mind you, remember, Haiti has Haitians. Then they find out, actually, no, that's not what's going on. People are there dying because there is no real place to eat. There's no real food to eat. There's no real living quarters. The bugs are killing them. And this white man was lying and got paid a bunch of bread to have them come down there. Huh. Funny, because something very similar is happening in Puerto Rico, where in Puerto Rico, mad people don't have electricity, but you have all of these American contractors who are getting paid to quote unquote fix the grid while not doing anything. So this is a common practice of using these nations that are adjacent to the United States to make white people in the United States richer. And then people like you come and say things like, well, if they're Haitian, they're not American. And I think that it's really important to understand that, one, people are individuals. So there's different relationships that people have to their heritage and to their American experience than others. And two, in the case of Haiti, and specifically Haiti, listen, the amount of thievery that the United States has done, the amount of destabilization that the United States have done to Haiti, like Jeffrey Sachs talks about this. Economist and professor Jeffrey Sachs talks about how Papa Doc was like, yo, is it Papa Doc? No, it's not Papa Doc, but he talks about one of the Haitian dictators, not dictators actually, one of the democratically elected Haitian presidents had told him like, yo, I think they're going to murk me. I think the CIA going to murk me. And he was like, no. Come on, they're not gonna murk you. And he was like, nah, I really think they are. They're trying to kill me. And Dr. Sachs, in his heart of hearts, like, no, America's not that bad, was like, no, like they got you. You gonna be good. Then he came back to the States, and what happened? Pop pop, murked, murked. Did you know that they brought in Haitian soldiers? They brought in brothers from Haiti to fight in the Revolutionary War. Did you know that? Thank you to everybody who's buying a badge since this is free game. So, you know, I know that for a lot of y'all history like doesn't matter to you. You just saying whatever. Um, but it does matter. It does matter. You know? History does matter. It does matter. So, it matters if for any reason, because you're trying to construct a future. And like the fat man said right here, like you can't really do that without context. So yeah, that's where we are, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow morning on Views from Amanda Land at 10 a.m. And let's see, who are our guests tomorrow on Views from Amanda Land? Our guests tomorrow on Views from Amanda Land are Davidson Bos. No, yes, Davidson Boswell and Joy Malonza. So that's what's going on tomorrow on Views for Amanda Land. So come and rock with us. I just want y'all to I just want folks to I don't know. Anyway, Chicago, y'all got it. You don't hear Chicago come out my mouth one more time. Y'all got it. Okay? We'll leave you right the F alone. I don't need to be yelled at more than once. Y'all got it.